Hey Anthony, it's Dr. Scott. I have some feedback for you on your Essay 1 draft. So in the draft, what I'm looking for is your thesis statement, whether or not you have an argument, and it's a focused argument, and there's supporting reasons to help to support that argument. I'm also looking for your use of details to support the thesis statement. So each paragraph kind of says, here's a reason to support my argument, and then within that paragraph there should be details from both the murals to back up what you're saying. I'll look for organization and transitions a little bit, but really I think right now with where your essay's at, I think thesis statement and supporting details, that's really kind of where you need to focus at this point. So what I noticed is right now the argument, which is kind of interesting, I haven't seen this approach, which could work, it might work. What mural was better than the other, and in what way was it worth more to the town? You're asking a question there. Your thesis statement needs to answer that, so you'll need to revise that and make sure that you're stating what mural you thought brought more pride to the town in terms of Portsmouth and its sports history, or its sports legacy, whatever you want to call it. So right now the thesis statement it's hinting at where you might go, but right now it's not. I don't see any supporting reasons there. It's just like, I'm going to choose one of the two. I'm not going to tell you which one just yet. The thesis statement needs to pick a side. So we're saying, I think the Branch Rickey mural did a more effective job of making people in Portsmouth proud. That's great. The next thing that needs to happen, and this is the thing that you really kind of need to pay attention to, how does that mural do that? You need to explain, how does the mural represent Branch Rickey in a more effective way that would make people in the town more proud than the Spartans mural. So that for me, that right now, that's like the thing that you kind of need to work on, and you kind of need to get figured out. You have some ideas down here. I see some ideas about the Spartans mural. I see a lot of writing about Branch Rickey, stuff that might have came from a Wikipedia article. I don't know if all that stuff was up on the mural. But right now it's kind of figuring out, like, okay, what mural am I picking here, and how does that mural do a better job than the other in getting pride across? That how, those become your paragraphs. So one way that they might do that, one of the answers to how do the murals do that is maybe the text. Maybe the text says in the Branch Rickey mural or in the Spartans mural, maybe they're more persuasive in kind of selling what the impact was of either Branch Rickey or the Portsmouth Spartans. Maybe it's the actions that are depicted. You know, we have football players that are playing a game and they beat Green Bay. But then we have a lot of actions that are not just sports related when it comes to Branch Rickey, and maybe you find that that's more persuasive. So you need to have the how figured out. The how becomes your individual paragraphs. Right now, having a paragraph about one mural and another paragraph about another mural, that's not going to work for this assignment. You're going to need to bring them both together and to compare both of them based on how you think they're trying to instill that sense of pride. So that's really kind of the be-all and the end-all of my feedback, which is kind of quick. I will say that there are a number of places in both of these body paragraphs where I wanted to know, how does this relate to your thesis statement? But I think right now you need to figure out what your thesis statement is. So you can't just kind of list a bunch of things that Branch Rickey did, or list a bunch of details that you noticed in the mural. You need to kind of slow down and explain how they're supporting the point that you're trying to make in that paragraph. So that's a lot. And that's just the first two criteria for this assignment. I think you really need to kind of figure out that thesis statement, and don't do the thing that you did with the first essay where you got some feedback and then you kind of quickly made some changes, and those changes weren't nearly good enough. Take your time with this, because you don't want this essay to be around late into November when you're still working on the third essay and even the fourth essay. Let's try and do this one right. So work on a thesis statement. If you want to bat some ideas back and forth over email, or if you want to chat, I'd be happy to do that. But right now we need to kind of figure out what the argument is for this essay and how you're going to support that argument. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll talk to you soon.